Hey guys!
Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back!
We're back and so sorry for the lack of videos.
Yeah. Annabella was feeling a little bit poorly last week, so we couldn't record anything.
It was so difficult. My mum wasn't with me. But yeah, I was just going from the bathroom to the bed, I couldn't even come to the living room to even attempt to record a video.
Yeah, it was really bad. She was vomited all over the place. Among other things, and yeah, it was really bad. Went to the hospital and had to have needles in her. That was kind of scary for me.
It was okay. I'm well, and straight after that, the doctor gave me the all clear. We had a trip to go on. We went on a holiday to Dubai, 3 days, nice break,
relaxation. It was good,
and we're back. We're ready to go. And we're going to do another Love Is video.
Talking about love is not self-seeking.
Yes. I think we all know it.
Yeah, but it's just basically putting your needs above anyone else's. Yeah.
And if you think about us as individuals and human beings, we're all selfish at nature. We all want to think about ourselves. First and foremost, the first thing that comes to our mind is ourselves.
And we're preoccupied with the things that we have to do.
Yeah.
And we may actually neglect the people around us and how they're feeling, what they're going through in the day. So yeah. Yeah,
it's not something you ever lose, because even in marriage now, I was ill and Dubai was drawing closer and closer, and as it was drawing closer and closer, my guy was less concerned about me and more concerned about his lovely holiday.
No, that's not the case.
Yeah, he was packing while I was ill, lifting the bed up to get the clothes while I'm on top of it.
I was just believing. Someone had to believe for our relationship we were going to go to Dubai and rest. We've been working very hard, and it was more of a stake in the ground. I wasn't going to just be idle, like we weren't going to Dubai. I was just going to believe.
I couldn't even move, guys, and my guy was here talking about my itinerary in Dubai.
The faith saw us through.
Yeah, we made it in the end, just about. But I just saw his selfish nature, and I'm just trying to show that it doesn't go away. It's something that we all have.
Yes, and Annabella too was also selfish.
When
we went to Dubai. We went on this dune buggy or whatever. It's when you go on a 4x4 and you go in the desert and you're going up and down, and you can go a few twists and turns, and that just started to do something to my stomach, and I literally opened the door and I just went
yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, Annabella just gave me the there. She looked around, saw the beautiful desert, and she was like, Gab, just hold on, stay right there, you're gonna be okay. And she runs away and goes and takes a selfie. Not even a selfie,
and
a couple of pictures.
Were good, They were good.
Yeah, just left me out there.
But what could I have done in that moment?
You could have just showed a bit more concern for your man,
Sorry. We're all selfish, basically.
Yeah, we're all selfish in nature.
Yeah, and I think, even though we're more selfless than we ever have been in this relationship, when we started out, oh my gosh.
Very selfish.
It was all about ourselves.
Yeah, we always used to compare what we're doing for the other person and what the other person's not doing. And it even got to a stage where we were always so preoccupied about ourselves and the fact that we didn't feel like we received love, that we will start to do things that may actually even come across as manipulative in the relationship. Like me, I'm not even gonna lie, being an introvert, I would shut down. I would be the one to give Annabella the silent treatment, just give me the
and I'm Miss Aggressive, so I was like, you're not loving me, you're not showing me love this way, I don't think you love me.
All this.
And I was like, go then, go, get out of my book. But yeah, and it was just all about you're not loving me, why? And it would just cause so many arguments in our relationship.
And we just used to complain and complain until we realized that we were fighting for love so much that the one thing that we failed to do was to actually give love selflessly without actually being so preoccupied about ourselves. And we realized that it's actually better to give love than to receive love.
And I don't know when it hit us that was the case. I think it was just trial and error.
Trying to work this whole life thing out.
Trying to work this relationship thing out. We just realized actually, as we started giving more and trying harder, this is actually quite a fun thing. It's actually nice giving
and
to someone
seeing the other person happy and just enjoying the relationship, and rather than just being preoccupied by yourself, because you can literally sit down and list all the things that is not going well within your relationship, or what the other person's not doing. But if you actually are more intentional with going out and giving love, you actually focus less on the thing that the person's not doing and just focus on actually doing. And then as you see your partner happy, that will also, naturally open them up to give themselves to you as well.
Yeah, and people say it's more of a blessing to give than to receive. And at first I was just like, I love me some receiving, like it feels good, I don't know. But for real, like when you give, I don't know, I never thought I'd see the day where I actually love serving Gabes. Like, even though I'm tired, even though Dubai was good, not cooking, not cleaning, nothing, but coming back and actually serving him food and seeing him enjoy it, like there's something so amazing in that, and that washed away any tiredness, any concerns that I had, and it's actually is more of a blessing to give than to receive. Just
that selfish love, going above and beyond, just to be there for your partner, is actually a blessing for you as well. Right? And when you're both selflessly doing that, I never have to worry about my needs being met because Annabelle is fulfilling those, and she never has to worry about her needs because I'm fulfilling those. So what we actually try to achieve at the beginning of receiving love, we were actually receiving the love, but first by giving the love in order to receive, rather than just trying to drain the other person. Annabella being selfish, she wasn't necessarily being selfish in a malicious kind of way, but we just have, I guess, things to do in life, and we don't want to be in a position where we're constantly fighting for love from the other person, that you're draining the other person from fulfilling everything that they need to do. We're actually meant to be looking out for how we can add to their life rather than thinking about what we can withdraw. And most people even go into a relationship thinking about all that they can receive, but never from what they can actually give in the relationship.
Yeah, definitely. And just some practical steps of what I took, like in my mind, just to get out of my selfish rut sort of thing. I was just like, okay, right, I'm in a relationship with this guy and he's chosen to be with me, but how am I actually adding value to his life? When you're receiving, you don't actually have to do anything to receive. He was just giving because of his love for me. And I just thought, okay, so what am I actually bringing to this relationship? How can I add value to Gable's life? How can I help him fulfill all the dreams and desires that he has and reach his full potential? And through that, I was able to love him in ways that I never thought were possible.
When you come together in a relationship, you're not just supposed to be like 1 and 1 equals 2, so you're just 2 being. The fact that you both have different skill sets or abilities, you're able to become like 1 and 1, maybe even 5. Like you're driving together as a force rather than just suffocating each other just to feel love, because our relationship is more than just us two, if that makes sense. That we're actually driving forward, working hard, trying to just push through.
Yeah, and as I give to Gabe's and as I, add value to his life, I receive in that as well. Even from practical steps like seeing him become the man that he's been called to be. In that, I'm being blessed by, the promotions, and just the joy and the confidence that I see in him and him becoming a better person than he was yesterday. All of those things are ways that I'm receiving love through having given and helped him become a better person. So selfish love is seeking your own interest over your partner's.
What you don't actually realize is that you're actually disadvantaging yourself by also draining the other person as well. We've probably said this quite a few times, but it's important to understand how your partner wants to receive love, because you can be communicating love in such a way that your partner is not necessarily understanding. Like I remember at the beginning of our relationship, Annabella is a words of affirmation, so I had to actually communicate my love to her a lot.
I think that was the hardest thing for us at the beginning. Like the way that we were trying to give love was not in the way that our partner receives love. So, I'm a words person, so I gave love in the way that I like to receive love. And I'm like, oh, I love you, texting here and there. But that doesn't,
I didn't understand
that doesn't mean anything to him whatsoever. Words could be, pointless. But I think you're getting a bit better. You like a bit of words. But back then he didn't like words at all, and he likes acts of service. If you haven't read Gary Chapman's Love Languages book,
the 5
love languages, we really recommend that because it changed the game in our relationship. I was able to love him in ways that he'd actually receive it, and he was a bit more appreciative of those ways of loving. And the same way with him, he doesn't like to talk, so you know, it was a difficult one. And
I actually really did within myself to find those words.
Oh, Google? No, Google those love words. But yeah, I think that was very difficult at the beginning of our relationship. But really, I think it's just moving from the standpoint of looking out for your own interests. Oh, I want to be loved. I need to be loved. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. Moving to a place of actually, how can I love you better? What can I do to love you? How can I show you that I love you? And in that, you become fulfilled. Yeah, you really do have to just die to yourself sometimes for the sake of the relationship. You're not on your own anymore, where you can just go about doing what you need to do. Like, if your partner's suffering, you're suffering. So you really need to just sometimes be like, I don't want to cook tonight, but my husband's hungry, so I'm going to get in the kitchen and I'm going to make some food. Even though I'm not happy internally, even though in my head I'm just like, oh, I just want to sit down and relax. You just do it because it's for the sake of, it's for the greater good of your relationship at the end of the day. And I think, you know, if people come into relationships obviously with a selfish mindset, and you think, oh yeah, it's going to be all hunky-dory and, you know, whisper and sweet nothings every day. But no, sometimes it's the choice. You're going to choose to put the other person before yourself, and that's what really creates a sustainable relationship. Selfless, sacrificial, not self-seeking love.
Yeah, and it's just a general awareness of your partner. So for example, if your partner comes home and they may not be as chirpy as they normally are, rather than just being preoccupied with how your day and ready to just dish out everything that's happened in your day, might be worth asking the question like, oh, how was your day? And then allow them to open up, just so that they feel a bit more appreciated in the household as well.
So it's basically just a general thing where sometimes your needs have to die for the sake of your partner's needs, like in that moment. So for example, you want to talk about your how amazing your day at work was, but your partner had an awful day. Is that really the right time to talk about what you want to talk about? No, because your partner's needs are more important than yours at that particular point in time. So it's just that whole not seeking your own interests all the time that will really keep your relationship going, because, you know, we've stood the test of time, however long we've been so far, where, you know, we've seen each other really just sacrifice and put to death their own desires just for the sake of the other. And in that's made me love Gabriel so much more. Like, for example, when I was ill over the weekend, and even though he was thinking about Dubai, he was just such an amazing guy. Like, you know, I was not the most pleasant person to be around. He didn't step out of the house either. I didn't go to church, he didn't go to church. Like, it's a lot of things, you know, you want to be doing things, you want to live your life, but when you're in a partnership, sometimes you can't do the things that you always want to do. So and that's part of the journey.
Ideally, you would want to be in a position where you're both loving selflessly, but there are times where that might not be the case. The other person may just be having a bad day, and you may be the one loving 100% and they're loving 0. But keep going forward. As you continue to show them love, they will find the love within them to love you back. And love even when it hurts. Like, it's easy to love each other when things are going well, but just continue to keep putting on love in your relationship.
And I really think it builds your character when you're not self-seeking in your love, where you love unconditionally. And I think if I look through our journey, I realise that it's affecting all my other relationships, because I can love people even though they don't love me back, because we've been periods in our relationship where the love hasn't been reciprocated, but I've still been able to love him. So now if I can still love my husband, then I can love even a stranger. So it's all about love, baby. And really, if you want to have a relationship that stands the test of time and endures all, we want to be married when we're 100 years old, we want to still be here. So, you know, we're going to have to put on love, we're going to have to not think about our own needs at times, and that doesn't mean that they're not the right person for us, that, oh, because, you know, I don't feel the love at the moment, that I should break up with them. It just means that I need to love harder, because love is the only thing that will get you through. So love is not self-seeking. Love needs to be selfless, and we all struggle with it at times. It's a difficult one because it's something that you need to do daily. Like, it's a daily decision. You never just wake up like, oh, I'm selfless, done. You know, some days I have really selfless days where I'm like, yes, I know, you were so good today, and then the next day I'll be like, I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to think about you. But yeah, so it's a constant decision that you need to keep making each and every day, and you will see the benefits of it in your relationship, in all your relationships with people.
That's a good one, babe.
Yeah.
Alright, over and out from the day, please.
Later.
Comment, like, and subscribe.
Yeah, thanks for all your video ideas. They are coming. We do want to do them all. It's just a time thing, you know the deal, guys. So yeah, we'll see you at our next video. Bye.
Peace.